everyone. Myself Kantraj HD, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Government First Grade College for Women, Kerala. In this session, we are going to discuss on some standard properties related to linear transformations of vector space. Let's see one of the theorem under the properties of linear transformation. That is theorem number 1. If T from U to V is a linear transformation, then T of 0 is equals to 0 dash, where 0 and 0 dash are the 0 vectors of U and V respectively. That means under the linear transformation, 0 element is always mapped to 0 element of the codomain. Let's see the proof of the theorem. We know that 0 plus 0 vector is also a 0 vector. Now take linear transformation on both sides. That is T of 0 plus 0 is equals to T of 0. Apply the definition of linear transformation in LHS. We get T of 0 plus T of 0 vector equals T of 0. T of 0 is the element of codomain V. T of 0 is an element of codomain V. Therefore, in right hand side, I has a 0 element of codomain 0 dash. So that is we get T of 0 plus T of 0 is equal to T of 0 plus 0 dash, which implies that T of 0 is equals to 0 dash. By the left cancellation law, we get this one, which completes the theorem. Let's see the another theorem. Theorem number 2. Statement of the theorem is like this. If T from U to B is a linear transformation, then T of minus alpha is equals to minus T alpha for all vectors belongs to domain. For all the vectors belongs to domain. Let's see the proof of this theorem. We know that alpha plus of minus alpha is equals to 0 vector in the domain U. Since U is a vector space, it satisfies the inverse law with respect to vector addition. According to that, we can write alpha plus of minus alpha is equals to 0. Take a linear transformation on both sides, that is T of alpha plus minus T of alpha is equals to T of 0. Which implies that since T is a linear transformation, we have T of alpha plus T of minus alpha, which is equals to T of 0, which implies that T of alpha plus T of minus alpha is equals to, in right hand side we can write T of alpha minus T of alpha. A T of 0 is nothing but it is a 0 vector in codomain. That 0 vector is written as T of alpha minus T of alpha. Since they can get cancelled each other, gives us a 0 vector, which implies that T of minus alpha is equals to minus T of alpha by the left cancellation law. This completes the proof. Let's see the one more theorem. That is theorem number 3. If a set alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on alpha m be any basis of a vector space capital U and beta 1 comma beta 2 comma beta m be any m vectors of a vector space capital V, then there exists a one and only linear transformation T from U to V such that T of alpha I is equals to beta I for all I. Let's see the proof of this theorem. Given a set alpha 1, alpha 2 and so on, alpha m is a basis of vector space V. Vector space capital U, then if or let alpha comma beta belongs to capital U, we have alpha is equals to A1 alpha 1, A2 alpha 2 and so on, AM alpha m, beta is equals to B1 alpha 1, B2 alpha 2 and so on, Bm alpha m for some Ai comma Bi belongs to a field. Define a map T from capital U to V such that T of alpha is equals to T of A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 and so on, Am alpha m is equals to A1 beta 1, A2 beta 2 and so on, Am beta m. Then consider T of alpha plus beta, which is equals to T of alpha is nothing but A1 alpha 1, A2 alpha 2 plus and so on plus Am alpha m plus beta value is B1 alpha 1 plus B2 alpha 2 and so on, Bm alpha m, which is equals to T of A1 plus B1 into alpha 1 plus A2 plus B2 into alpha 2 plus and so on, Am plus Bm into alpha m. Apply the transformation T, we get the mapping of this element under T become A1 plus B1 into beta 1 plus A2 plus B2 into beta 2 and so on, Am plus Bm into beta m, which is equals to A1 beta 1 plus A2 beta 2 and so on, Am beta m plus B1 beta 1 plus B2 beta 2 and so on, Bm beta m, which is equals to T of alpha plus T of beta. Take this as condition 1. Again consider T of C into alpha, which is equals to T of C into alpha value is A1 alpha 1, A2 alpha 2 plus and so on, Am alpha m, which is equals to multiply with scalar C, we get CA1 into alpha 1, C plus CA2 into alpha 2 plus and so on, CAM into alpha m. So for this element under the mapping T, we get image as CA1 into beta 1 plus CA2 into beta 2 and so on, CAM into beta m. Since C is a scalar, taken outside C into A1 beta 1 plus C A2 into beta 2 plus and so on AM into beta M which is equals to C into T of alpha. This one I take this as condition 2, which implies that from 1 and 2 we say T is a linear transformation. Linear transformation. And further, T of alpha is equals to T of 0 into alpha 1 plus 0 into alpha 2 plus and so on 1 into alpha I plus and so on 0 into alpha m is equals to 0 into beta 1 plus 0 into beta 2 and so on 1 into beta I plus and so on 0 into beta m, which implies that T of alpha I is equals to beta I for all I. Suppose there exists another transformation T dash from U to B such that T dash of alpha I is equals to beta I for all I. Therefore, I consider T dash of alpha is equals to T dash of A1 alpha 1, A2 alpha 2 and so on AM into alpha m, which is equals to, under the T dash also we get the transformation is A1 into beta 1 plus A2 into beta 2 and so on A m into beta m, which is nothing but T of alpha, which implies that T dash of alpha is equals to T of alpha, which proves the T is the unique. T is the unique. This completes the theorem. Let's see the one more definition regarding linear transformation, that is order of a linear transformation. Order of a linear transformation is defined like this. Let capital U and capital V be any two vector spaces of some field. Then the order of a linear transformation T from U to V is the smallest positive integer n such that T power n of alpha is equals to alpha for all alpha belongs to U. Then we say n is the order of the linear transformation. That means the least positive integer n satisfies the condition T power n of alpha is equals to alpha again, then that n indicates the order of the linear transformation. Let's see one example regarding this one. I consider a transformation from V3 of R to V3 of R defined by T of x comma y comma z is equals to x comma minus y comma minus z. Let's check what is the order of this linear transformation. T power 1 is T of x comma y comma z is equals to x comma minus y comma minus z. T square of x comma y comma z is nothing but T of x comma minus y comma minus z. Under the mapping T, its image is x comma y comma z, which implies that t square of x comma y comma z is equals to x, y, z, which implies that 2 is the order of a linear transformation. Order of linear transformation. Let's see another example for this one. Second example is t from v3 of r to v3 of r defined by t of x comma y comma z is equals to y comma minus x comma minus z. So let's check the order of this linear transformation. Solution: t of x comma y comma z is equals to y comma minus x comma minus z. T square of x comma y comma z is equals to t of y comma minus x comma minus z. So image of this element under the mapping T is y, means first term goes to second term. That means image in the image we get second term as the first term, that is minus x comes to first term, comma minus of first term in the element, that is minus y, comma minus of third element image is minus of minus z is plus z. So once again I repeat, t square x comma y comma z is equal to t of y comma minus x comma minus z. Its image under t is minus x minus y comma z. Next, t cube of x comma y comma z is equals to t cube can be written as t of t square of x comma y comma z, but t square of x comma y comma z is minus x comma minus y comma z, whose image under t is minus y comma plus x comma minus z. Then t power 4 of x comma y comma z is equals to t of t cube of x comma y comma z, which is nothing but t of minus y comma x comma minus z, whose image under capital T is x comma y comma z, which implies that t power 4 of x comma y comma z, we get x comma y comma z, which implies that order of linear transformation is 4. Order of linear transformation is 4. Thank you.